Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm the Bearded Burton, and I wanted to show you a quick video on how I maintain my blades in the field with just simple stuff, especially if you don't have the means of wanting to carry any kind of cleaning stuff with you. So I have a Patriot here that has some surface rust and some grit and grime and stuff on it. I usually wait and do this when I get back from a trip, but there's sometimes that, you're gone for maybe, 5, 6, 7 days, and it might be a rainy night in camp or something, and you're in your shelter or teepee or whatever it might be, and you just want something to do. And this is a great little project, and it's really pretty simple. So I'm a big fan of just using plain old steel wool. This is, I think, the triple aught, but really any of the finer stuff. If you want to get technical, you can carry the grit that will ignite with a battery so that you kind of have a second way of starting a fire. I think this is a next gauge up. It's a little bit too heavy for the battery fire starting, but I think the quadruple aught, I can't remember, but regardless, all you're gonna do is just come through and scratch this stuff off, like just kind of rub it off. So this might not be for you if it's a knife that you really love, maybe a certain finish or something on it, because you can see it will take some of the finish off. Like this one's been tumbled, not all the way, but it will put little small abrasive marks on it. For knives like this that are a user, I don't really mind. Just be careful when you're doing this that you always go away from the edge, just like stropping. You don't want to nick yourself if you're coming back. And when it comes to any kind of stuff that might be on the edge, I just real carefully go real slow on it. It's going to roll that edge a little bit, or it's going to dull it. But you have to do this before you strop it or before you hone it or whatever you do, because all this stuff that you leave on your blade will obviously get into the leather or your ceramic rod or diamond rod or whatever. But I'll go over this super well. You can already see there's the unworked side, and then here is the work side. Now, what I also like to do is I first come through and just get everything off. I'm gonna leave the other side intentionally undone so that we have a compare and contrast here. But what I also like to do is, if I'm able to, and I'm in a vehicle situation where I'm next to my camp, or I have my my camping little trunks with me that have all my gear and stuff in it, I carry a can of Ballistol with me. So this is, I honestly am not sure which one's my favorite yet. This is just kind of what I keep going back to. This is a really user-friendly cleaning agent, because it does more than just clean. You can spray this on your leather boots to rehydrate them, to protect them. You can use this on your firearms, any kind of stuff that's rusted or jammed up. It works really well. The only problem that I have with this is some people aren't a huge fan of the smell. I've kind of gotten used to it over the years, but when I first started using it, it kind of, I don't know, it's got a unique smell to it. So the running joke in the shop is it's Scooter's cologne. So he loves Ballistol. But the good thing about it is there's no carcinogenics, like you can see, skin safe, and it's food grade. So you can use this on any of your camp kitchen utensils or cleaning tools or whatever. And it's just as simple as I just take a little bit and spray it into, just about that much will do, maybe a little bit more. And I just spray it into the steel wool and then put it on there. And this is something that even after I clean it, you can just leave it on there if you want. So it'll absorb into your leather sheath and help protect it. And it'll also be good for your Kydex, because a lot of times your issues with Kydex is you might have some kind of grit or moisture or debris or something down in here. And you're going to continue to have the same rust spots or the same little surface flawed spots until you clean this. So if you've got something high pressure, sometimes even the sink will do it, but you need something that's strong enough that can really clean that out, and then just leave it out to dry really, really well. I've tried a lot of stuff of like stuffing paper towels and all that down in there, and it breaks off. But yeah, just make sure that you get that stuff out of there. Eventually it'll work. It can be kind of a pain, but so I'll do this, and you can already see, here's this side. We had that stuff up here, that surface rust up here, and then there's the other side. So let's go ahead and get this other side. Since this is already treated and this is a user knife for me, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it with the Ballistol. You don't have to do it dry necessarily. I just was giving you an option that you could just tear a chunk of this off, put it in your pack or your kit, and essentially use it over and over again. And what I've done over the years now too is I preload one with Ballistol, and then I have a chunk of the other that doesn't have anything in it. And this way I have, you know, both working for me, and I don't have to bring the can. It'll just eventually evaporate. So you can still see I have a little bit of stuff up here. So I'm just gonna work on that some more. Just be real careful. You don't want to cut yourself, because you will do that. You can see there's some right here, so let's get that. Sometimes I'll hold the blade like this, and then I can kind of press it against my palm. So that is night and day different. And this is CPM 3V, so it is not completely rust resistant. I mean, I know it's not stainless, but you know, eventually it's all going to get something on it. There's a few stainless steels I've used that have never ever had anything on them, but I mean, even AEBL, especially salt water, you know, you'll see it. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's metal. These things will last a lifetime, but they won't last forever. So just gonna go through and touch up the spine a little bit. I don't get too crazy because the handle's just, it's gonna continue to, I just kind of knock off the grittier stuff on the handle and then leave it because it's got a patina from your oils and stuff. So that's what we're looking at here. And you can come through and wipe off any residual. Just kind of get a better look. You can see all the stuff that comes off. Still got a little bit here that I can work on if I really want to. That's better. Look at that. Some of this stuff is just grit. Got a little bit right here. I'm gonna call that good. So now it is back in perfect now it's back in working order and condition for me and what I like, and it's ready for another day out in the field. So I hope this helped you. I'm gonna work on this other one and do the same thing. Just remember, if you don't wanna carry a can of cleaning agent with you, if you don't prefer Ballistol, then you can always preload a piece. But I really enjoy using the steel wool. It's pretty easy. It you know, doesn't weigh anything. You can keep it in your kit, and it's multifunctional because you can use this to clean out dishes as long as it's not cast iron, and you can use it to clean off other tools. It's a really fine sanding agent too, and it's just pretty handy. So that's kind of what I like to do, what I like to keep in my kit. So have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching. Remember, get outside and enjoy the woods. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below.